Hi friends, today we are going to create a new application on ASP.NET Core and deploy it to Azure. So let's create a new application ASP.NET Core and I give it a name inventory app. Click on create and we'll choose our default template, which is MVC web application. With this, it will automatically inject the template for MVC. Click on create. So it creates the application for us and it will download the required packages, and it has created this one, controller, model and views, the default one. So under the models folder, let me add a new class. Add a class product. In this particular class will have some other fields, like it will have an ID, name, base price, its description and image, which will add in this particular static folder out here, and it will have some formatted price to display in the currency format. Now what we want is we want to scaffold the DB context. Now there are two ways. Basically, either we can make use of this console command, tools, NuGet package manager console, or we can go to this one, Visual Studio command prompt. Let me show you this way. That is how we can make use of the Visual Studio command prompt. So Visual Studio developer command prompt. So I go to here and herein I go to D drive CD10. Herein I can just paste this particular command, .NET EF, that is .NET Entity Framework, DB context, scaffold, and then which is the path I want wherein it should get created, and then which is the provider I am making use of, and which is the folder in which I want this particular context to be created. So there are various options. Let me show you. .NET EF. .NET EF. So these are the various options. Like, so what is it that I want? I want the command is the DB context, the command to manage the DB context types. So I say DB context. Then herein it says that what is it that I want is I want to scaffold a DB context and entity types for a database. Scaffold. Then it says that no project has been found. So let me see what is the directory. So CD, I say inventory Now it is looking for basically wherein it is to be scaffolded and the other options. And herein I can have the option -h to show me what is the help that is available. So let's say -h, is it -h -h, right? Yes. So these are the ones that are available, that is I can provide the connection, I need to provide connection and the provider, and then I need to provide, I can provide -o, that is wherein this particular DB context should be created. So let me write this one. So herein I am writing the same thing, .NET EF DB context scaffold, and this database should be, let me change the DB name to inventory DB. So let me say this one. Let's see what it does. Now I get the error, cannot open the database inventory DB, the login field. The reason is basically this particular database does not exist. So I need to go to this location, which is, that is the local DB database and local DB, and over there I need to create the inventory DB. So I go here, SQL Server Object Explorer that I have here. So in the local DB, I'll create a new database. Inventory DB. So this inventory DB exists now. Let me run this. And we can see this basically it has come out from this command nicely. So let me go here again. So in the inventory app, I can see a data folder has been created wherein I have got this particular DB context created for me. So let me comment out this one, Control KC, because we'll move this particular connection information to app settings. So we go here in app settings, herein we'll create connection strings default connection is the one that we have copied from there. Now we go to startup.cs, and herein we say using inventory app.data, and in the configure services we say services.add MVC and services.add DB context, which is the context inventory DB context, and we make use of this particular action, that is the DB context options filter. So given the option, so options dot use SQL Server using Microsoft Entity Framework Core, and configuration dot get connection string, which is the connection string that we have is default connection. So this is done. Now we need to seed some data here in the inventory DB context. So one of the thing that we'll do here is first is base dot on model creating model builder. So basically with this, when you do the migrations, at that time if you do not call this, you get sometimes the errors. So this particular method basically initializes some of the base class method, that is the base class method of DB context. So let me seed some of the data here. So I'll just create a new method here, which is, this is seed data in product table. So I'll call this seed data in product table, and model filter I am passing here. To this one, and the product, this particular one exists in inventory app.models, and so herein I'm initializing some of the properties. I'm creating some of the products, ID, name, base price, and this is a plotting point, and description and the image name, and afterwards public virtual DB set of product, this resides in products. Get set is possible. So basically with the DB context, we should be able to get the products from the database as and when required, and we should be able to loop through that. Now to access these images, I've got some of the images with me, so I'll just paste them here. So basically in the images folder, I've got the baseball, that is for this particular image, which is baseball, I've got the corresponding image, blue cup cape, and so on. Now let me we'll be making use of repository pattern. So let me add a new folder, add new folder, repository, and under this we add an interface. Similarly, we have add a class which is product repository. and we make this interface as public, and in this we have a method that it has a method get products, which returns the enumerable collection of the products, and this product repository, it implements iProduct repository, and herein we have public product repository. It gets context, which is inventory app db context, and herein we say underscore context is equal to context. So the context has been set, and herein we just need to send the products back. So let's just say return underscore context dot products dot to list. Now this repository has been set up. We'll add the corresponding controller here. We'll say add a controller, let's add an empty one only. We'll write ourselves. We'll say product controller. So it will add the corresponding controller, which is this one, and herein we inject the repository public and here we say I dot repository and herein we say underscore repository is equal to repository and generate a page here, and here when we create in the index we'll just get all the products. Underscore repository dot get products, and we pass these products out here to this. Save it. Similarly, let's add another method, public action result get product int id, and herein I say return view variable product is equal to underscore repository dot get products dot where the get products where given a product goes to p dot id is equal to id, and we pass this particular product out here. Save it. And we add one more method to get the image, that is, which takes the name as the parameter and gets the images from the images folder. Give me the image, that is, it returns the file, the name which has been sent as a parameter with the extension png. It appends to it and sends it. Now let's add the corresponding views. So we go here in the views and we add the new folder, product, and herein we add new item, let's say view, and index view, and herein we say that I'm just pasting it. Herein I've just written, that is, we are getting a list of products, list of enumerable collection of products, and thereafter I'm looping through it. That is, with each product in the model I am just saying, that is, display the name of the product, and here when the user clicks on any of this, it will call the corresponding get product and it will pass the product ID as the parameter. Save it. Similarly, we add another view, right click, add new item, and we give it a name, get product. It will be, that is, wherein we are getting the product, and thereafter we are displaying the name, the label, and the label for the formatted price, label for the description, and the other way is basically we can display using HTML, this helpers as well, or using this new tag helpers. And thereafter basically what we are doing is we are displaying the image, and the class we are saying it's product img, and the source is basically it will be invoking the get the image method, and it will be passing and herein it will be passing this particular get image method, and it will be passing the image name as the value will be the image name that will be passed as the parameter. So let's give it a try. So build it, it succeeds. Let me say F5, control F5. So we get this one, and now one of the ways is basically what we can do is we can say slash products, we will call the corresponding controller. Now the reason is unable to resolve the service of type inventory app repository iProduct repository when trying to activate this controller. The reason for this is basically we have added the services but we have not specified the corresponding route in the configure method. So let's go back in the startup, and here we will say we've done that. Now the reason is basically we need to register this particular repository as a service. So in the startup we go here, that one is already, the route is already configured, so that's why it was going there. So here we'll say services dot add we can have transient, but let's add it as scope 1 because if the session has been created, the repository anyhow is going to be used for each and every I repository. So what is it? I product repository. I product. Now let's run this again. So it's doing something again. So invalid object name products. The reason is basically this one of this particular product does not exist in the database. So we need to apply the migrations. So we go here again in the Visual Studio command prompt again .NET EF and -H, and there's an option to add the migrations. Add and add table to DB. So basically here we are saying that but this particular table or whatsoever is existing in our schema should be added to the database. So it will feed the corresponding script. So it will do this and it will add this one, the corresponding files out there. So which will, it is added basically this particular one wherein it is saying that it will be creating the table in the database with the name products, and it will add the corresponding columns, name, base price, etc., and then it will be inserting the data. And when we say remove this, then it will call the down method here, So now to run this, what we need to do is .NET EF database -h. So basically what we need is we need to drop the database or update the database. So to run this, we'll say database update. So what it will do is it will run the corresponding migrations which are available in the database. So this will run these particular commands and it will create the corresponding structure in the database. Let's have a look at the database that has been created. So in the tables, let me say refresh here, and we can see basically it has added two tables. One is the migration history, wherein it will have which are the migrations which have been run. So this is the migration basically which has been run with this particular ID add table. Basically it adds the corresponding timestamp underscore the name of the migration, and thereafter it has created this table as well. Now let me run this and see if it works. So we can see it has been created, or the model was passed is of type this one product, but this IUV dictionary instance requires this one of type this one. The reason I think is basically what we are doing is, let's go there, and in the get product here, in the get product it is getting the ID and we are seeing all the products where this one. Now it may return basically a list, and here we will say first or default. Save it and let's go there again. Let's say control F5. Does it make sense or not? Yes, we get it. And click on the back button, click on any other one, it works fine. Now the next part is basically we need to deploy it on Azure. So for that what we'll do is, this particular application will say, right click on this, we'll say publish. And herein we need to say that where do we want to publish. One is app service, then is second is app service which is running on the Linux, and then Azure virtual machines. In case you are having your own virtual machines on Azure, basically what you can do is you can have your own machine there and deploy everything, and then on that particular machine you can deploy it. Now we'll be deploying it using the app service, which is a kind of shared hosting that we have, and click on advanced and click on create profile. So we'll say we are creating a new one, and we'll say we are creating the profile here. So for that you need to have an account at Azure, and we give it a name, my inventory app, the subscription that you have. And herein what we can do is inventory app. So let's see if it is available. Yes, inventory app is available. So resource group is the one, it's a kind of container. So we'll say we are creating a new resource group, and inventory app resource group. So this one does not exist. When we'll say create, then it will create it. And this is the hosting plan, wherein we say that basically which is the location and what is the size you need. According to that you'll get billed for it. So we are choosing Central US, the default one. Basically the SQL Server is also available at this location and the other locations as well, and you can select basically a shared one, or basically what is the size you want of that particular machine. So we are choosing the default one, which is coming to be 1.75 GB RAM and 1 core machine, and we don't want application insights. Let's say we want to create a storage account. Now we want to create SQL Server database, and the database server, we can create a new one. And we select the location Central US only, and the name is an inventory app DB server, and give it the username as Munish, and the password also I am giving it Munish $123 and $123. It's giving me some error. English uppercase 0 to 9 alphabetical characters. Let me say data temp @123. Click on OK. So that name of the connection is default connection, which is fine because out there also we have used the same connection string. So it is going to have a new SQL Server database, and the server is this one, and this is the hosting plan, this is the service. Click on create. Now it is going to deploying, that is, it is basically first it creates a script, then it runs that script to create the corresponding database and the SQL Server and the service out there at Azure. Now we can click on the create button. And now it has done this. We can click on edit. Basically what it is going to do, we can have a look at it. So basically this is the server, it has automatically set, this is the site name, this is the password and so on. And in the settings, we've got the file publish options. Basically additional files, in case there are any, they should be removed. Yes, please do it. And this is the connection string to be used, which is the default connection, wherein it will be connecting to the database, and these are the migrations which are required to be applied. It automatically has taken up. Okay, this is the migration which is existing, so it needs to be applied. Click on save and click on publish now. So it is building everything, and thereafter we'll be able to see, okay, the build has started now. The publish has started. So it is creating the DLL, and one for the application and other for the views. So it is running the migration script. So it's the same one, .NET EF migration. This is the script. So script has been generated. So it is adding the directory, CSS and everything, adding the database. Let's see both of them, what is being done. This it has been done. Basically we'll see in something like this. So if I go here, I can see this, it has been done. So if I go there again, product, and I can see this, it's working fine. Thank you friends.